These clowns, man, they know no limit to their fucking lies, man. They got people infiltrating the flat Earth community to spread this info. Like a lot of you probably were interested in the Michelin Morley experiment, thinking that it's really Ari's failure. And for all I know, maybe they Mandela did or changed everything around, just rewrote everything online, changing stuff around. Because I do kind of remember Michelin Morley being involved with the Ari experiment. But I don't know, maybe I was mistaken. Either way, the information's still there, but I'm going to definitely hold on to this video just in case something happens in the future, because they're going really far with this, man. I mean, really far with this. They're gonna probably try and disappear all the real info. I'm pretty sure that's where it's gonna go next. But this guy is asking, why do the flat earthers say Mashimori and Arlie failure? I don't really know about the Sagnet one, but it already basically proves itself, and I'm gonna help prove that in another way, because I basically disprove all the stuff this guy's about to give as a counter. And I can understand where this is coming from because there's a lot of disinfo. All right, so let me get going with this. They can do this because blah, blah, blah. You can read this for yourself. I don't want to read this shit for real. Yeah, it's about the ether theory. I don't really want to say the rest of that bullshit. It's basically based around ether. And these guys want to act like ether doesn't exist because it kind of suggests, that their whole thing is bullshit. If the ether exists, the whole thing is bullshit. It's really just that simple. So this is why you're going to have a video like this. Hold on, let me go over here. Yeah, they love to have black people be the fall guy.
Optical experiments. And he thought that he could devise an experiment where one would be able to see the slight difference in the speed of light measured on the Earth if you measured it along the direction of the motion of the Earth and at right angles to it, which would be a slight difference. Compared to the speed of light, Earth is not moving that fast.
But let me mention, that's why the Arlie experiment was so brilliant, because in this one, yeah, it's so fucking fast, they're not really gonna notice it or whatever. Plus, they didn't have a medium to really affect it much. That would really affect it much. But if you measure the movement of the so-called movement of the Earth, and retrospect to the light, it's a lot easier because the Earth's actually moving and not going so fast that, well, the faster it's going, the more movement you're going to get. It's really just a totally different way of doing it. It was much more effective. You'll see one in a second.
So if you're going to check the difference in speed of light measured with the movement of the Earth,
that's why they'll poke at this one and have a lot of YouTubers repost about that experiment. For all I know, that's really the one that used to be the art experiment. Now it's some other shit, but who knows? Like I said, I was probably mistaken.
You need a level of precision that no one had before. Michelson interferometer.
Michelson and Morley devised an apparatus that would detect minute differences in speed between two beams of light. Light from one source is split into two directions through a half-silvered mirror. These beams are bounced between other mirrors.
Hey, it's the cross again.
When two light
it's in
beams
everything.
Combine, if their waves are completely synchronized, the peaks combine to make an even more intense peak.
I could have sworn they would have canceled each other out.
Slight differences in speed between two light waves will therefore produce a pattern based on the amount of interference between the two beams. This is known as an interference pattern. Examining the interference pattern from the two light beams sent out in different directions will clearly show the speed of each light beam were different in different directions. Michelson and Morley never detected such a difference.
And that's where they got fucked up. But a lot of people don't even understand this because they're expecting this to prove, because they're thinking it's the Ari experiment. That's why they get kind of mistaken. But really what they did right there is they were trying to prove the stationary, they don't tell you us about this, the stationary ether around the Earth. They wanted that to be stationary, which don't make no damn sense because everything else is supposed to be in the ether, right? And we're the only thing moving? That don't make no damn sense, right? So so what they were doing was they were trying to prove that we were moving around the sun in some illogical way because this was early on and they didn't know how to fucking come up with their lives any kind of good, so they failed really bad. So watch what they do.
Results were inconsistent with the existence of ether.
The scientific world didn't know what to make of it. Neither the famous scientists in Europe.
Listen to it. What did he say?
Inconsistent with the existence of ether.
The scientific world didn't know what to make of it.
They didn't know what to
Famous
make.
scientists in Europe, all Lord Rayleigh and Lord Kelvin and Lord Thomson, were saying, "Hey, come on, you must have done something wrong here. There has to be an ether."
Oh, so these guys basically just like they can't handle the truth, so they just try and like deny it. Like that sounds like something that I saw earlier. Because this is a video from a fucking double agent I'm about to expose in this video you're about to see. This video is pretty awesome that I'm making here. But anyways, this guy, he basically like acted like he had a gyroscope, this laser gyroscope, and never showed any footage. And that's a key point because I'm going to show you real footage of a gyroscope. And in a real experiment where you actually get to see it, so you get to see what the truth is. But this guy supposedly has this laser gyroscope. It's a $20,000 gyroscope. You don't need that. You can just get a regular gyroscope and check the goddamn movement, man. Like this other guy did. He wants you to think you got to get a $20,000 gyroscope, which is just a spinning fucking top, basically. In essence, like, so that you can test this bullshit. Who the fuck's gonna pay $20,000 to test this shit? And he knows that. It's just like these nuclear weapons that don't even fucking exist. Like, man, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. I don't want to lose you in this because you guys are easy enough to lose. And if you are getting lost, I mean, it really doesn't matter because you're an NPC anyway. But look at this shit he says right here. That got highlighted. Before the experiment, this will prove stationary Earth once. Yeah, it did. And you see what the rest he said, right? Yeah, it's no doubts, of course. But the dude's a fucking shill. He was a double agent, so he's like faking like he really did it. Yeah, I can't wait to play this video for you, bro. And then after the experiment, you see this? And then they go for some other stuff. This is exactly what the other side does. That's why I want you to see these comments these idiots are popping out on, like, where the fuck are these guys on the real flat Earth videos? Where's any kind of intellectual talk then? And they still ain't really giving any intellectual talk. They're just throwing shit at people, making jokes. They're about to be exposed, though. They're about to be a part of my video.
And the whole thing didn't get resolved until many, many years later when Einstein came along.
Einstein.
The speed of light is always the same.
One of the biggest liars ever.
The results of the Michelson-Morley experiment.
Nigga sat at the fucking invention hall fucking just stealing people's ideas. Fucking piece of shit.
With Einstein's view of the universe.
You already know he thinks the light's always going the same speed. We already know this ain't the fucking case.
Einstein's theory of special relativity proposed that the speed of light is always the same.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? All right, so I'm skipping ahead. Now let's see what the fuck else
This
is.
served as the turning point in modern physics.
The Michelson-Morley experiment.
Yeah, of course it was a turning point. It was number of fucking lies.
Experimental advancement technology that transforms science. Not only physics.
Just like the ball Earth, and when everybody in the history that had technology way better than this shitty ass place, like the Egyptians, except knew it was a disc, not no damn ball.
But science.
Fucking stupid, man. All right, so oh yeah. Let me get to this real quick. I'm gonna disprove Einstein real quick. Not hard, not fucking hard. I'm gonna let you see what goes on with fucking. Like, maybe I should show you Ari's experiment first. Yeah, their test didn't use water. That's where they fucked up. But this one did. So I'm gonna show you this first, actually.
Airy's failure was an experiment.
This is the one everybody's quoting.
Telescopes.
This is the one that really proved it, not the other one.
The Earth is stationary.
Well, the other one kind of did too, but this one really proved it. It put a fucking nail in the coffin.
If both a telescope on the Earth and a star are stationary, then the starlight would have a straight line trajectory between the two.
Obviously, that's not the case.
But this does not happen. Airy found that the trajectory of the starlight is at a slight angle to the telescope. In turn, this means that the telescope and star are moving relative to each other.
Yeah, either one or the other one's moving.
But it was unclear which was moving and which was stationary.
This is where the genius kicks in.
In the experiment, Airy tilted the telescope so the starlight hit the bottom of the telescope. Then Airy filled the telescope with water. Water is more dense than air, so the starlight will slow down in the telescope.
Mm-hmm. Because of
The
refraction.
result was that the light from the star is unaffected by the water.
Just to be honest, I don't even know how it's
Airy
possible.
concluded that the star was moving and that the telescope was stationary.
It's probably got to do with the fact that it's got the relative distances.
The explanation is straightforward. The star moves, but starlight travels with a straight line trajectory.
With that process,
On the other hand, if the Earth was moving and the star was stationary,
it would
then
refract.
the starlight slows down in the telescope. The Earth moves more relative to the starlight.
Oh yeah, I see it because the
The
Earth's
starlight
movement.
would not hit the bottom of the telescope as before.
It would affect the
But
refraction
as
even
this
more.
does not happen, the Earth cannot be moving and must be stationary.
Mm-hmm. Genius, man. That guy's genius, man. That's the whole point of the video. That's it. What else do we need to see? Like, what the fuck else? Oh yeah, what else? I want to see what else you got to say real quick.
To put it another way, if the Earth was moving, for the starlight to hit the bottom of the telescope, the water-filled telescope would need to be tilted at a much bigger angle than if it was filled with air. This does not happen. Therefore, the Earth is not moving.
Mm-hmm. Skipping.
Is called Airy's failure because Airy set out to calculate how fast the Earth was moving through space.
You see?
Instead, he concluded that the Earth was stationary.
See? One of the few honest fucking scientists out there, even though he had the other intention. Yeah, the other intention, he still fucking couldn't help but observe the truth, man. Thankfully. And now I'm going to show you why Einstein is a fucking liar, man. And let me go back to this other idiot. Well, basically, I already tell you what he's going to say. He basically said that Ari's experiment was, like, not true because Einstein, he's just a fucking parrot. This dude doesn't do any real experiments. He doesn't do any real fucking research. He just goes along with the bullshit. He's a fucking NPC. Even though it's some fucking so-called graduate or whatever the fuck. Anybody can repost shit they find online. But we all know this about water. You put your hand in water, it fucking distorts the fuck out of the image and basically light. It shoots the light all different places and stuff. It affects the light. And this has got to do with refraction. You can look at this, as you can tell from the top. Basically, you can even do this experiment yourself to see it yourself. That's the best kind of fucking shit. When you can fucking do it yourself. You don't need no $20,000 fucking gyroscope. Just go get a real gyroscope. Do this shit for yourself. And this is where it says it slows down. Light slows down when passing through a different transparent medium. The more it slows down, the more it bends when it's hit with a medium made of a material. Duh. We all know this, but they want to act like it's not true. So right there, you know the ether's real. From Ari's experiment, and now you know that this that water can be affected. Light can be affected by water. All right, now I'm going to go back to this question. I'm the perfect person to answer this question, but they're probably never going to let me answer this question. I'm going to try posting this this video on here as an answer. And make this dude look like a dumbass. And all the rest of these little butt farts. The reason they try and make it complicated like this is because they know the NPCs are too fucking stupid to see through this. Me, man, I was top 2 percentile of arithmetic in my school. I was 100% on the test. I just took my time because I wasn't in competition with other people. I just wanted to get 100%. So I quadruple checked and all that kind of shit. That's how I get this shit done. I'm like, hold on, that makes a point. That's why I had to go through all this. Because he made some points. I had to clear it up in my own goddamn mind. I want to be able to live with this shit, not without being able to counter this bullshit. But they don't got to account for nothing we put out. Nothing. Come out with some bullshit ass. I mean, and then think about it. Einstein came up with that bullshit later. You know how they do. They're like, oh, we're going to just come up with a fake experiment later. Fake fucking numbers, fake this and that. Have all these niggas just act like it's the shit. Just like they do with everything. It's a crowd group thing. And then people fall for it because they want to be a part of the in crowd and they're part of the money, part of what they think. But they're too stupid to even really understand. Everything's really simple. You ever look at these fucking shills, these double agents? Their videos are long as shit, man. For no reason. They're talking about nothing. They're just talking about nothing, bro. I'm telling you about shit the whole video. Pay attention to it. That's the only reason my videos ever get long. But anyway, so, because the truth is simple. It's always fucking simple, bro. They make it complicated. Fuck them, bro. If you don't understand it, fuck them. Find someone that makes it simple enough for you to understand. And then this gyro shit he goes into, right? Like, all right, so let me go on. Okay, so then this ether thing. So we basically already proved the ether. They proved it, and the ether moves around us with the stars in it. The moon's able to move against it in the opposite direction somewhat. The sun moves around it as well. All the stars move around it as well, but they do it much slower. The ones that move fastest through the ether are the ones you call wandering stars, like Jupiter and all that. And then the moon's the fastest moving through the ether, and that's why there's a monthly effect, and it's such a strong effect on the planet. And then the sun moves through it as well. You already know. The sun's affected by gravity, and gravity is created by mass. And on the surface of, under the surface of the earth, it's like a Christmas tree turned upside down. Just like they say as above, below. If you look at the stars in Christmas time, when it's just as far as possible away from us so we can see everything as well as possible. Because all these stars are a part of the sun. And the sun's light is really just a combination of their light, like when it comes out or whatever. So like they all move in unison. So in the winter, you can see them all, and they look like well, not all of them, but a lot more of them. They look like a Christmas tree. No bullshit, bro. Like I'll probably have to if you want, give me info. I mean, not give me info. Just tell me you want to see it, and I'll give you like a picture or something. It's really not hard to find though. But what was I gonna say? Well, who fucking cares? Anyways, let me move on. All right, so telescope. What the hell is he talking about here? Oh, the stationary Earth. Oh yeah, the stuff moving around in it. Yeah, but like I said, the gravity creates is created by the mass, and under us, like I said, it's an upside down Christmas tree. That's what the bottom part of the Earth is like. It's not exactly flat. The surface is more or less flat. We all know it's not perfectly flat. For God's sake, you got any fucking brain cells, you know that. But just like you idiots think that a ball can somehow become flat when it's big enough, like obviously a more or less flat surface is going to become flat on a huge scale. And that's why we call it flat. Don't take it fucking out. You know, like, what's the word? Don't take it literally, for God's sake, man. Have a fucking brain. And under there is a fucking like the spiraling part. And that's why they always got the spiraling stuff and everything. Besides the fact that the cross is really just energy. It's got to do with the Fibonacci swirl, which is the golden ratio, which the like in everything. It's the telomeres that hold your body together. It holds everything together. It's the biggest sign of intelligent design you can probably ever see. And it's really the infinite power of God showing itself. And they don't want that power growing. Like, it's a long story. I don't want to get all in that. Like, you need to ask me about that if you want to learn more, though. Because that's another big topic I'm covering right now. But anyway, so there's so much mass under us. It's way bigger. It's like, think about the bottom of the Christmas tree, the surface, compared to what's under it. Like, I mean, the other part of the tree. Like, what could be living in that? We got all kinds of stuff living in there, man. And if you check out Nine Nania, she breaks down nine Nania. She breaks down this kind of stuff. Let me know if you want to, if you can't understand what I'm saying and you want to know who that is. She breaks down about these invaders, these liars. They're basically Canaanites who basically started all the serpent stuff, and the Caucasians are involved as well. And then it mixed into every race, basically. And they're basically trying to get rid of all the the other people. They're trying to get rid of them, and that's why the people start living together like the Israelites lived together, but they were always being attacked from all angles. And she breaks it down how these creatures like were getting contact from a fake god, uh, basically the fallen angels that were giving them instructions on what was going on, just like they're doing right now, giving them instructions on what's going on, giving them advantages. Like they were telling them that the humans were bunching together to try and stay, safe from these fucking monsters. Motherfuckers are monsters, bro. And that's why King was like, if they see me, you gotta see her video. She breaks it so good. She breaks it down so good. And that's what we're dealing with right now. These fucking inner earth creatures and these creatures from the wilderness. That's why I always talk about the wilderness and these beasts in the wilderness and shit. And that's why Cain led Abel out into the wilderness to kill him. There's a lot more to it. You gotta check that out. But they got these under earth creatures as well, cavemen type motherfuckers and all that kind of stuff, who had these monkey features. That's why a lot of these white people and a lot of these black people on the white and black checkerboard sides, they want to get rid of the Abel, the brown people, whatever, the golden people, the golden child, because like a lot of reasons, jealousy, energy that they put off. These guys are cold-blooded. They can't deal with that energy. It burns them. That's why God said that the Son of Righteousness buildeth the righteous, but burn the wicked. And because the energy, and it builds us up, but it burns them down. That's why God said become one with His light, and it's just gonna his light keeps growing, so they're gonna get burnt worse and worse and worse through time. It's gonna be horrible for them, and that's why they're so super desperate, and they know their nature is not to fix with that. Like they're not gonna be able to work with it, so they're just trying to halt all that. And even the more gallons and stuff that they put in people, if you check it out, they're triggered by higher frequencies and they explode. So every time you try and meditate, I know when I was trying to raise my power and I didn't realize what was going on with that, these things will explode in me and it will feel like I'm having all these problems inside of me, And it's meant to keep people from, rising their vibration. It'll either give them a heart attack or something, you know what I mean? Or some kind of problem, that's what it's about, man. They don't want us, it's all going on right now. They even said we're going into a proton belt, like, everything in history said this time would happen right now. Even Terrence McKenna, the man they killed, he had a time machine. They'll say that this little desperate control that they have right now, they were so desperate trying to stop this complexification, this high in the frequency, because these are low frequency creatures, these lizard people, these asexual feminine freaks, these clones, these Asia Smiths, like, they all fucking like think like they're all just one damn creature. Like they're like insects and stuff. It's crazy, but like, they basically can't deal with that. They're low frequency. Like a snake, it can only see infrared. It can only see heat. That's why when they see you, they see the temperature off you. And the reason they drink the blood is the creature told him after he kills. I mean, those fallen angels told them that after they killed their brother, they're supposed to drink his blood as a memorial for him. You see this kind of shit you was not seeing in that book, but she breaks it down in the original words. That's why she getting this different story. The lying scribes and Pharisees, Jesus warned about that, and other prophets warned about that. But anyways, I'm gonna move on. They're low frequency, like they can't even hear anything but basic vibrations. Like they're reptilians, like they're instinctual. Their intelligence is very instinctual. It's not like intelligence, like conscious intelligence. That's why they don't want you thinking. You stick out like a sore thumb. There's very few of us compared to them. They've been wiping us out since Israel. And it's a long story, but anyways, move on. The gravity is caused by the mass under us. That's why we're pulled down. It's really just that simple. And the sun, it's also moved by mass. The sun is nothing but energy. It's affected by mass as well. So it's hydrogen. Hydrogen is lighter than helium. Helium is lighter than air. And that's why it puts off all that heat. It's an opening into heaven, by the way, according to the book of Enoch. And Jesus is the light of heaven. That's why it burns these people up. And I believe the Caucasian ones get burnt up is because they're unclean. They very much likely have parasites in them. Like, just think about all the parasites they had that killed all the Native Americans here. All the people that are like native, more natural than them. These guys, they were so like parasite ridden and full of infections and stuff, and just used to it because they've been living in that shit because, like animals and stuff. That's why they call it the mark of the beast. These guys are hiding what they really look like, man. Like I'm not going to tell you one of the easiest ways to tell them apart because I don't want them trying to hide it. But just look at features of a reptile and then try and look at, what's the difference between that and a regular person. and you'll start to see their features. Like it's really easy. Like it's really easy once you learn that, and you'll notice that like a lot of them have these features, like ones that are causing problems or whatever. But anyway, so like the sun, it burns them up because they're unclean. It's really just that simple, and that's why they're trying to block the sun, all this kind of stuff. But anyway, so it goes and hiding all this truth and all this kind of stuff, saying we're from monkeys. When some people are from monkeys, a lot of them are, but there's other stuff too. But anyway, it's like the sun, it will go north when all the ice is up there because it's been down south melting all that. So that's more massive now. It's more it's more massive now. So it's going to come towards that, melt that, and then once it's not as massive because it's melting it. And meanwhile, the other side, the south side, is getting cold and icing up again. So it goes back out there. It's really simple, man. I've been figuring this out. There's a lot more to it too. Like them mining South Africa, and that's why the pole shift's going towards South Africa, because all that massive all that gold has been moved and stuff. That's why they don't want you hearing me, because I know I pretty much got answers for damn near everything. Not no damn bullshit like these other guys, man. But anyway, so that's going on with that. So let me move on. So yeah, it's stationary. Yeah, the other stuff's going around in the ether. All right, so already failure, blah blah blah. I measure, like we just talked about that. Okay. However, if you believe ether against all evidence, against what? I mean, there ain't no evidence saying that it doesn't work. Hold on, let me see if I can find Einstein. Oh yeah, fuck! I can't even do it with this keyboard. They took out my keyboard. I forgot about that. Let me see. I want to see where his actual evidence is. Okay, number of times, nice, 6 months. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's no evidence to support the stationary ether, but there's fucking a lot of proof of the moving ether. So what the fuck does he think all that stuff's moving around in? This dude is just he didn't even point out Einstein. I thought he would point out Einstein. I was just getting ahead of myself. I was like being my own interrogator. This guy doesn't have no fucking evidence, man. The only thing he popped at, I'm seeing now, is Sagnet, which really proved ether. And then the way he tries to disprove this one is like I said, it's all about ether. As long as ether's there's something moving up there, and based on all the experiments we have, if there's any ether up there, it means Earth's stationary, because the only thing that was moving according to scientific tests, and the only one that really proved it was Ari's one, is the fucking the heavens and stuff. Just like every fucking smart, highly advanced society before said. And these guys are just trying to whitewash and blackwash all that bullshit out with this Canaanite bullshit. And nowadays it's in every single race, so you can't even. It's really bad. You gotta check out 990's videos about that shit, man. Anyway, so he goes into the gyroscope bullshit, and then here before he goes into that, he just basically makes a poke at the YouTubers, telling them, saying these experiments prove Earth does not move. They assume the experiments have been correctly interpreted. Never go back. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. You can read that for yourself. I'm not saying this shit out loud. I'm letting you see it though. So this guy thinks that a gyroscope. This is basically his whole thing. So I'm about to get into that. The gyroscope is supposed to be stationary if the Earth was stationary, basically. But if it's moving, you're gonna get that. You're gonna see that in the video. And he just keeps going on. Oh, he actually fucking quotes the shield, dude. So their only evidence really out of all of these, I've already disclaimed all those other ones, all this other shit, except for the Sagnet one. Well, the Sagnet one, once again, nothing disproves that, except for this bullshit fake flat Earth thing. Like, watch. Document on flat Earth doctrine. Laser gyro. See, I told you. And then he says that it showed, you see, showed something or whatever. You see? I can't even go into it. You know, I'm just going to show you this nigga is bullshit, bro. Show this nigga's bullshit. This is the exact experiment I'm talking about. And they're trying to make us look like them. That's what they're doing. They always do that. Like, these motherfuckers are the underground hobbits and shit. The fucking ugly ass motherfuckers. And they even talked about it in the Bible that they were hideous. Like, no offense. Look at the Africans, man. Like, no offense. Not the good looking ones. Like the Nubians or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the Nubians are any good or whatever. I just throwing shit out there like, you know, like the Ethiopians or whatever. Only people that ironically still got the fucking, all the books out of the Bible, then take it out with the Roman bullshit. And like, cause most of the people, even the brown people or whatever the fuck all throughout the Middle East are bullshit too. They were still attacking the Hebrews or whatever. This is ridiculous, but let me show you this scam, man.
Recently, we carried out an experiment to test rotation to the Earth.
Doesn't this guy look like one of them NASA jokes? He looks like one of them.
Every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift.
Yeah, it should. It should. If it was actually on a ball, rotating, moving.
It's extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes,
if we could just get one.
Once and for all, that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community.
Oh, just so happens someone got one. Oh, so all you got is a picture of it, though. That could be anybody's fucking laser gyroscope. Wait for this.
What we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15-degree-per-hour drift. Now,
what did he just do there? What did he just do there? Look at this.
15-degree-per-hour drift.
You see what he just did there?
Now,
And this ain't my proof. That ain't all my proof. You know what he just did there. Any one of y'all with common sense knows what that means. If the speaker is the one who displays the nose touch gesture, it means he or she. Oh, it's funny how they only say he when it's something negative. You ever notice that bullshit? They'll never say he/she when it's something negative. But when it's something positive, you gotta put them bitches in there, huh? When they don't do nothing positive, they're the negative side of the goddamn battery. We're the positive side. They're niggas trying to siphon everything that we got out through these bitches, man. That's why God said, no, man, 144,000 ain't got nothing to do with these bitches. And if you follow up from 2, the 1 and the 1 to 2 olive trees of the beginning of the golden ratio, which is already known long before fucking Fibonacci. He just fucking plagiarized someone from the past. Like usual, they ain't got nothing original. Like some Indians who were obviously closer to God than these motherfuckers will ever be. But what the fuck was I even saying, man? Like, I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying, bro. I really don't even remember. But anyways, all right. So nose gesture, which means he's lying. This motherfucker was lying, man. He saw him do that shit. Oh yeah, the Fibonacci swirl. That's why I was telling you about the 144,000. I got off talking about those women. If you keep following up that Fibonacci swirl from the original 1 and the 1, which you can make the cross out of, which is how you start the whole swirl too. It's all like so perfectly set up like that because it's everything. It's symbolic. It's God trying to show you. But anyways, you follow that swirl up and the numbers because it goes 1, 1, then 2 plus the 1, which is 3, the Trinity. And then you got the 3 plus the 2, which is a 5, you know, and it keeps going and going and going. It goes all the way up to 144. That's where they usually stop the whole count off or whatever. You can go higher and higher. Because that's why they talk about the kingdom of God, how it started off real small and they kept growing and growing and growing. That's the power. That's the infinite power. It's in the fractals of the numbers of Genesis, not Genesis, but basically Genesis. Basically, you know how John, the book of John, one of the only books that actually told the truth about Jesus, he's one of the few people that actually knew. Paul didn't know. There ain't 13 or 14 apostles. It's fucking 12, bro. And Judas was already fucking replaced. And like usually, they're not very good at their lies. You already know how lies are. They don't fucking line up. They got 2 different fucking genealogies in the fake books. So on and so forth. I'm not even going to get into that. But, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, it's the factors. It's basically the factors of exponentiality. And like the beginning, the number has like a 4 at the beginning and a 6 at the beginning. Near the beginning, it's like 1.6, and then the last one's 4, which is a 10. It's like the 4 forever 4. That's why you ever look at my page, you see this picture right here. Like I'll show you my my old YouTube page. Like I had a lot of subscribers on there before they took that out because I was doing too much of this kind of stuff and they couldn't handle it. When they can't stop you, when they can't get you to fucking sell out, or they can't when your information is too strong, they'll just try and shut your page down. It was illegal. That's what they did to me. Like I didn't monetize my page or anything, and they took it down. Really bad. But that's why it happened to me right before they went for Alex Jones. I was really their main target, and after that, they just went for everybody else because I had like almost 5,000 subscribers. I was in the 4,000 subscribers because I'm the 2 witnesses, and it's related to the 4 spirits of God and all this stuff. Forever 4, you see, and so on and so forth. So they that was really cool. The 4,000, how it ended on 4,000, and I actually did the certain amount of years of witnessing, and it's a long story basically. But yeah, so you see he's lying, and if you, as you're watching anybody, you see yourself tapping on your own fucking nose or whatever. What did they say about Pinocchio? His fucking nose grows when he lies, you see? And I think there's actually a biological effect that happens to the nose when people lie in real life. I forget what it was, though. That fucking shill Brightside talked about it. That bitch ain't nothing about money, man. Like, shill, it's just a fucking shill, dude. Anybody that's on here about money, they're shill. They're just gonna keep fucking, giving you breadcrumbs to keep you going and shit. They're not about nothing. So that's not all my proof. You're going to get the real proof because a real job school is going to be shown
Obviously,
to you.
we were taken aback by that. That's kind of a problem, right?
And he touched his nose again.
We're not willing to accept that, and so we started.
I think they noticed a second.
To disprove.
Oh my God! And then after he does that, what did they do? Watch what they do. Cut. You're looking like a liar, dude. You're touching your nose over and over again. Cut.
We're not willing to accept that, and so we started looking for ways to disprove.
Look where he's looking to. He ain't even looking at the camera.
That, and so we
he can't even make eye contact with the camera because he's lying.
We're not willing to accept that, and so we started looking for ways to disprove that it was actually registering the motion of the earth, and that it in fact was registering the motion of the sky.
And that makes you look even more crazy, and all the rest of us look crazier. Which is on purpose. He's doing this on purpose, bro. Why do you think this motherfucker, as stupid as he is, has all the goddamn views and all the attention he has? He's a fucking psyop. It's a fucking failure ass double agent bullshit, bro.
So
it's a plant. That's why I don't work with people. I work alone.
Was to encase the fiber optic gyro in what's called a zero cost chamber.
How the fuck anything gonna stop the heavens, man? You don't know shit about the heavens. You think that's gonna stop it?
Unsuccessful with that, unfortunately.
That wasn't the problem anyway. The problem is you're a fucking tool. And down here, dude, before I even show you what these fuckers said, I'm gonna prove it wrong so you don't even. I'm just gonna prove this shit wrong real quick. Where's that shit at? Here it is, right here. You can watch this man's video. I always do it like this so you can see who's posting the actual video, and so they can get credit for their work. Because this is not, this isn't fucking like free what he did here. Like what he just did, what he did here, this guy did here, he's a Caucasian man. This is how Caucasian people get on the fucking gang stalking list, is by sticking up for the truth. That's what happens to them, man. Like, or, they just want their energy or whatever the fuck, Not all white people are fucked up. Clearly. But anyways, like, for example, you go from like, to Canada. Well, I'm not even going to get into that, but I mean, for example, all this is a lactose intolerant. They don't get nurtured from the miles. All animals are too. This is a beast thing. God did say put these motherfuckers in check when he's talking about the garden, right? Put these motherfucking animals in this forest in check. Well, instead, y'all just let the forest overrun. You let the animals overrun you. And now you got this problem. got some magical beasts and all kinds of shit out there for real. And you know, and they also said when he ate his brother's blood, obviously because his brother's not a shapeshifter or reptilian like him, that it would affect their ability to hold their shape shifting form, to make themselves so it would have issues every once in a while. So that's why you see a lot of these guys on TV having malfunctions, because who's doing the fucking blood drinking? These TV people and stuff like that. And just in general, the camera's usually exposed, and that's why in the movies they'll tell you that cameras or mirrors or whatever expose it. It's kind of like an interference pattern. When you got something that's like mirroring what you're doing, it interferes with you. That's why they got the screens right in front of us. It's really kind of, they're trying to cancel us out with our own goddamn screens, these black mirrors and shit. Because you're really just looking in the mirror. Turn your goddamn screen off and look at it. You're gonna realize you're looking in the mirror. And they're trying to tell you who you are through these images you're looking on your TV. I just know how this all works, because like I'm beyond them. I'm beyond these little weak ass rituals they got, man. Like the reason they're doing these rituals is because they want to be in tune with the rituals from the past and get the power from all that. I already know how it works, man. I'm very like I'm several steps ahead of them, and I'm one major step ahead of them that's giving me a major power advantage, and that's why I can burn them like I do. Well, if you don't know I burn them, you might want to check out my videos. You might want to check them out, and maybe But anyways, let me yeah, I obviously don't know why they took out my other page. My other page had like thousands of videos of me just like predicting shit, like because I can blow down these meteors, these fake stars, as untimely figs. What were these guys? A star that fell, according to the Book of Enoch, and then shapeshifted into them. That's what you're dealing with. That's why they shapeshift, mixed into them and all kinds of stuff. But anyways, it was really bad or whatever. According to the Book of Enoch, and what else was I gonna say? You know what? Yeah, I burned the fuck out of him, but who cares? Let me get to this shit. This guy's a pretty good guy. I'm gonna show you what he's gonna prove this shit without a doubt. And that's why he says flat earth and gyroscope myth.
Let's get up to speed now and remove the motor. And replace it with the piece of play dough to get it perfect balance.
He's a good man.
And I'm going to demonstrate some precession by gently pressing on the
yeah, that's what it would look like if it was moving. That's the kind of tilt you're gonna get.
Line it the best I can.
So now all you gotta do at home is wait till he's done. Wait.
This is sort of,
all you gotta do is like watch to see if it lines up. Or you could even
take note of where we are now.
I don't know if these are supposed to move, but nothing fucking moves. Just watch it. Like do something like this and then watch how many of these are still here.
You cannot see the brass flywheel from the book now.
See how close it moves. See if it moves any of these. It's supposed to move at least one of these.
Now it's just a waiting game. So while we wait, let's just have a look at.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Up to the point where it was first proposed that.
I'm sorry, it's better.
Record the spin of the Earth. But this is just sort of one example I found on the internet. There are lots and lots of different accounts, and they all differ slightly. And this one seemed like a sort of all-round recount of history. So, in early times, people discovered the spinning top, a toy with a unique ability to balance upright while rotating rapidly. Ancient Greek, Chinese, and Roman societies built tops for games and entertainment. The Maori in New Zealand have used humming tops with specially crafted holes in morning ceremonies. In 14th century England, some villages had a large top constructed for a warming-up exercise in hot weather. Tops were even used in place of dice. It was not until the late 18th and 19th centuries that scientists and sailors began attempting to use spinning tops as a scientific tool. At the time, sailors relied on sextants for navigation, measuring the angle between specific stars on the horizon. This method was limited, however. Choppy seas or fog obscured the true horizon, or clouds obscured the stars. Serson, an English scientist, noted in the 1740s that the spinning top had a tendency to remain level, even when the surface on which it rested was tilted. He suggested that sailors could use it as an artificial horizon on ships. Unfortunately, when Serson went to sea to test the idea, the ship sank and everyone was lost. The French scientist in the 19th century, Fleury, created a top that was continuously powered by air jets, flowing into mini buckets on the rim of the wheel, a process that had been used thousands of gyros since. The first modern gyroscope was designed in the early 1800s by Johann Gottlieb Friedrich von Berhenberger, a professor at the University of Tübingen in Germany. It was made with a heavy ball instead of a wheel, but since it had no scientific application, it faded into history. In the mid-19th century, the spinning top acquired the name gyroscope, though not through its use as a navigation tool. French scientist Leon Foucault had experimented with a long, heavy pendulum in an attempt to observe the rotation of the Earth. The pendulum was set swinging back and forth along the north-south plane, while the Earth turned beneath it. Foucault corroborated the observation by using a spinning top in a similar manner. He placed a wheel rotating at high speed in a supporting ring in such a way that the axis of the spinning wheel could move independently of the ring. In fact, the supporting ring moved over the course of a day, as it was connected to the surface of the rotating Earth. The axis of the wheel remained pointed in its original direction, confirming that the Earth was rotating in a 24-hour period. Foucault named
It was bullshit, though. It was bullshit, though, as you're about to see. I mean, look in front of you. They've been lying for a while now, trying to at least.
So, from Wikipedia, Jean-Bernard Leon Foucault, born 18th of September 1890.
Looks like a Roman to me.
Best known for his demonstration of the Foucault pendulum.
You don't know about Romans, you don't know why they're a problem.
Discovered eddy currents, and his predecessor with naming the gyroscope, although he did not invent it. Foucault was the son of a publisher in Paris, where he was born. After an education received chiefly at home, he studied medicine, which he had abandoned in favour of physics due to a blood phobia. He first directed his attention to the improvement of Louis Daguerre's photographic processes. For 3 years, he was experimental assistant to Alfred Donné in his course of lectures on microscopic imagery. In 1851, he provided an experimental demonstration of the rotation of Earth on its axis and became well known to the public by Foucault's work. Foucault achieved the demonstration by showing the rotation of the plane of oscillation of a long and heavy pendulum suspended from the roof of the Pantheon in Paris. The experiment caused a sensation in both the learned and popular worlds, and Foucault pendulums were suspended in major cities across Europe and America, attracting large crowds. In the following year, he used and named the gyroscope as conceptually simpler experimental proof. In 1855, he received the Copley Medal of the Royal Society for his very remarkable experimental research. In 1862,
they wanted that money.
Made a member of the Bureau de
they make up all kinds of bullshit to get that money.
He became a member of the Royal Society of London in 1864 and a member of the mechanical section of the Institute a year later. He's also credited with determining the speed of light to be 298,000 kilometers per second, which is only 0.6% in error of the currently accepted value, and devising a method of testing the mirror of a reflecting telescope to determine its shape. So, reading between the lines, he was a man of significant academic accomplishment and recognition at the time. One has to wonder then why, when you read a Wikipedia article about Leon Foucault, does it have this one line at the end? Near his death, he returned to Roman Catholicism, that he had previously abandoned. Draw your own conclusions. So
because he knew he was about to get his ass fucked by God. He ain't even know where to look. They always do that at their deathbed, man.
So how much should the gyro have precessed? What angle should the gyro's axis have moved? Calculate.
Let me slow this down so you can hear him now. I mean, you've already probably you can hear him, I'm sure. But just in case.
The sine of the latitude times 15 degrees per hour. My current latitude is exactly 53.06 degrees north. So the angle in which the gyro should have moved in 6 minutes is 1.2 degrees. Now this doesn't sound a lot, but let's assume that Leon Foucault's experiments were performed in
hold on,
2 degrees.
Let me show you how to measure this, by the way. All you gotta do is, look where this shit is, look where this is. Now you just gotta go back. Damn it. It's not really that easy. Really, you gotta kind of just look, like right here, and then see if it moved in relation to it. As you can tell, it hasn't moved. Like, it hasn't moved at all. Like, look. Just look at it. You could just look at it and see it hasn't moved. Really. Just use your fucking eyes. Like, I did this so many times, that didn't move. The same fucking location, dude. Just hold your finger up to it, like, and then just move it. Like, right back in time. It didn't move. If it would have moved a whole inch, a whole degree, that's a whole degree. It would have moved like that much, you know what I mean? At least. It didn't move a damn inch. It didn't move at all. At all.
So going back to 06 degrees north. So the angle in which the gyro should have moved in 6 minutes is 1.2 degrees. Now this doesn't sound a lot, but let's assume that Leon Foucault's experiment was performed in
almost 2 degrees.
He should have seen even less based on his latitude. And let's not forget that he didn't have an electric motor spinning his gyro up to 9,000 RPM.
Which causes it to wobble. Once it slows down, it starts to wobble.
You saw then that there was still plenty of energy left in that flywheel, and it was able to process when I moved it.
Thank you, sir.
So out of sheer curiosity, I decided to fix the motor to the gyro and put a counterweight on the other side, which is slightly heavier than the motor, so I counterweighted the counterweight with more Play-Doh until I got it perfectly balanced, and ran the motor for 10 minutes on this one. I'll show you a few minutes of it, but I'm not going to show the whole lot. If anybody wants me to, I can upload the whole video. It's pretty boring, it's nothing.
10 minutes ain't much more than 6 minutes. I mean, which you kind of had, to be honest, but
navigational aviation.
7 minutes got the point across to me, though,
Rotation.
because I can do math.
The rotational velocity would have been continually decreasing. The batteries are fully charged.
Which would have made it move more, not less.
19 minutes of sustained rotation once I've taken the motor off, which is a hell of a lot on this gyroscope. I did actually try putting the motor on and keeping it on and just running it. I think it was for about an hour with full set of batteries, and still observed absolutely no movement whatsoever. So it appears that whether you've got
Damn, I just realized this dude got this shit in fast
about an
forward.
hour,
That was over an hour? I thought those were seconds.
observed absolutely no movement whatsoever. So it appears that whether you've got the motor on,
Damn, we got that joint going for an hour and a half and they ain't moved.
it doesn't matter.
So he did show the whole damn thing.
So I just put to 10 minutes.
Oh, no, he
If anybody
didn't.
wants me to
No, he
put it
didn't.
for
I
10
thought
minutes, I will.
he
If
fooled me.
anybody wants to see me put it through for an hour with the motor on, I'll video that and
Do it.
video movements as well.
I'm going to tell him to do it.
Bearing in mind that after an hour, it should rotate at about 12 degrees.
Well, there you go. Now let's go back and laugh at these motherfuckers. Laugh with them if you please. I would like to return to gyroscope because it unfortunately doesn't fucking work. Yeah. It looked like a duck, quack like a duck, swam like a duck, quack like a duck. Okay, that was redundant. That was chicken. Okay. That didn't make no sense. But they're all happy right here because they finally found something. They finally found something. They thought, at least. They should have probably look at that other video, I'll tell you that. But they'll take this guy's word for it that he bought this $20,000 fucking thing. He's scratching his nose the whole goddamn video. And if you know anything about this guy, he's a fucking bullshitter, bro. You look at this shit, he's the guy they're poking at all the time. They're using him as a fucking, like, take these motherfuckers down weapon. Had nothing to do with this fucker, man. I want y'all all, you see, they're poking at that one little thing that this motherfucker was trying, man. Like, he is such a fucking, man. And that's why these guys are popular. For nothing, bro. And they got all these little fucking videos that are kind of well made, but they're bullshit, man. I don't want to make fun of these niggas some more, though. You can go look at all that Bob, whatever the fuck his name is. Colonel bullshit ass nigga. That probably ain't his real name. And then once again, he's making fun of the part where they didn't accept it and they kept pushing. Just like these niggas. Oh, we didn't find dark energy, so we're going to go get... Even though dark energy exists, I really do believe, but it's not like the way they believe it. It exists. It's kind of like scalar energy, basically. It's all around us. It's the ether, basically. It's like all these stupid little fucking scientific things that they believe in the fucking so-called mainstream science or whatever, and they just keep making a fucking theory on top of theory to prove this, and then they make a fucking CGI picture to prove it, and then all this bullshit, man. And then they try and put that on us, man. That's what they always do. Like I said, they want to make us the Hobbit when they're the ugly-ass Hobbit. When they're the small-dick Hobbit. And they want to do everything to be like us. They make fun of us and then they get butt implants. They make fun of us and they get lip implants. They make fun of us and they wish they could grow a dick, but they got a pseudo-dick. Because they're a lizard. And even the fucking snakes can reproduce without the damn mint. And then they ain't got about a little pseudo-dick. You fucking, oh, God. They're all asexual, man. The clones, man. I saw it in a dream, man. Whole fucking city of them crossing over trying to get me. And they were all fucking clones of each other, lizards, man. It was related to the Romans. They got big lizards in the stupid Colosseum. I saw them in this dream. They were holding people hostage there. Fucking evil as shit, bro. This is goddamn Roman trash and this other trash that's involved with it. They're all over the place. Most of the planet is just bullshit, man. Boy, a few of us are real, man. That's why gang stalking, they can just fucking... You need to check out my gang stalking video, what the origins of that is. You're going to learn a lot on that one, too. Anyways... I already know what he's going to say. And then last thing, $20,000 just to waste his fucking time. Yeah, I already know. It's an actor, though, man. Just like those prank videos you motherfuckers think are real, and you give all the thumbs up to in the world, and then they make some real money off that shit. Just like fucking Mick Juggerberg or whatever the fuck, Juggernaut, all these type of shills, all these type of channels that are worthless, all these fucking channels that have fake subscribers. Like he's one of them. That's why the other guy that has 1/10 as many subscribers gets 10 times more money. Is because most of his subscribers are probably not fake. That's why a lot of these guys don't make money, because a lot of the subscribers are fake. And then there's ad blocker too. But these guys they were using those kind of guys to replace people like me. And then like the Impossible channel, how he popped out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden he's doing all this kind of shit I was already doing, showing all these things in the head. I've been done that, way better. He got a lot of fake shit on there too. And then he ain't got no answers. I got to answer all this shit why it's happening. Like all this shit has got to do with the outpouring of the Spirit of God. It's causing energy to come through the sun, the opening of heaven, like I said. Hits the earth, builds it up, builds up the energy and the lava and all that stuff, causes earthquakes, all that's interconnected. That's why Cali's getting burnt like it is. And the whole little area is the fucking, like, probably Babylon, like California, all those fucking main kingdoms around the Pacific Rim, and there's probably some other shit involved too, like, you know. But they're getting burnt up. They get earthquakes, explosions from the energy is fucking, like, I literally was like, if you were to go to my Twitter, you would know, and you know what I was saying about in my the video, like a few days ago, you know why that Texas explosion just happened. Happened right when I was telling them this is gonna happen. Right when I was telling them, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then boom. And then these earthquakes that happened as well around the same time. And then this motherfucker was having in one of the videos, I ain't gonna talk about, I don't want to give away that, but he was talking about he had diarrhea nonstop. And that's why they knock out the fucking power. They turn it off when the winds are coming, the solar winds coming from the sun. That's where it comes from. That's not complicated. You actually fucking remember things and don't have a fucking memory of a fish like they want you to. But anyway, so make fun of you some more. If anywhere near example is, oh my god, I can't read these, man. Like, I can't read them. You go look at this shit. I can't do it. I'm gonna show you what a video is so you can come here and do this. But notice how this is like the opposite way around compared to a flat earth video. All this bullshit thumbs up. For this bullshit video, we really didn't get no proof. He's just like magically got it. We magically got it.
One of the people in the community actually purchased one.
Oh, just so happened to buy a $20,000 fucking piece of equipment. You can't show us any of it though. But this guy, this little piece of shit joint, he can show us like the whole fucking thing, like pretty much. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. So let me see what else I have to show you. I think that's actually the whole fucking thing. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you how they're censoring this, like, and then that this is like real. Like, some people might even think this whole thing is made up. I saw a video of that where a guy, like, I'm not even gonna fucking highlight that one, where the guy was he said he had a video. It's basically related to the RE experiment or whatever. Actually, I can find it. I remember I found it from here. It's like this really short ass video. Here it is. I think it might. Nah, it's not that one. It's one of these, man. Might be that one. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a waste of time to go look at this shit, but I gotta go through my history. But anyways, the guy, he was saying that, why don't you guys, like, he didn't have nothing to dispute it. He was just like, give me one like picture. He wants a picture. There were no photographs back then, dude. The whole internet's telling this guy about this shit. And that's when I realized they weren't trying to let people even know this thing happened. You're going to see that in a second. This guy was like, I want a picture of the fucking thing in the water. The tube with the water. He wanted that. I was like, I commented on that. I was like, dude, you piece of shit or something like that. I don't even remember what I said to him. It was just fucking like, get the fuck out of here, bro. All right, so ether drag hypothesis. Ether drag, well, that's what they call it. It's an experiment, not a hypothesis. And then RE's failure. So if you type in RE's failure experiment, which most people are going to type in, even on here, you put it on Google, it's probably even worse. I'm not even going to Google to let them know what I'm doing until after they see my video. But our our failure proceeding, blah blah blah, our failure, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Nothing really documented though. You see this? You see this, right? Nothing that somebody would really. You see? Can someone please link me to Ari's failure because there isn't one. Is it proof of Jesus? No. You see? You see? You see this shit? That's what they do. So these motherfuckers can say that, and then they hide it. That's why they want this Chinese bullshit internet, so they can hide this shit like they did here. You see, if you search for it, you're not gonna find it. You see, no real evidence. But what's this? What's this? I didn't mean to have it all the way down there. I'm sorry. Mr. Ari! So he does exist! Ah! Damn. And they wanted us to get some pictures of this shit. The niggas in the 1800s, boy. He's in the astronomy. We already know what he does. But let me show you how to define it. I had to specifically look for it. And you know these guys. You know how the leftists are. You tell them to look for something, you're lucky if they even look for it. But they're just going to stop at that. They're not going to be like, all right, let me try and really find any kind of source of information I can. Any kind of real credible information I could find. And then, let me see. And they got reconsideration. Ain't no reconsideration. It's done, nigga. Done. Motherfuckers. I just want to see what kind of dumb shit they got here that they trying to put on it. And I think DuckDuckGo is bullshit too. But because I have one that really blocks like your information from them being able to process follow it and stuff, because I know after I put searches in it doesn't show up and stuff. And it used to work. Now let me show you what happens. I'm actually just open it up for you. I don't care if y'all see my programs and shit. Where the fuck is it? Alright. Watch what happens when I try and use this shit, man. I'll go to Google. Oh, now it's actually working. Oh, you motherfuckers would do that. Fuck y'all. That shit was not working when I was actually using it. You think I would have pulled it up otherwise? Man, these niggas play so many games. I was at the store the other day. They was recording me. And now I don't even want to talk about it. They was playing games then too, man. But anyways, they're paying attention to you, and they're trying to fool you real fucking time. That's all I'm going to say. But that just fucking proved it for me, at least. But for y'all, that's probably going to be like the one little thing you need to throw this whole little fucking thing into a monkey wrench tree. But anyways, you got to put in all this bullshit. You got to put in the wiki, all that shit, just to find this. And then you go in here, and then they play word games on top of it. They play word games. So you come here, Trinity College, Cambridge, astronomy, mathematics. And then you go down here, it's like, where the fuck is this failure at? It doesn't bring it up. Where's the failure at? Like, where's this failure? Like, they're never going to find it because they're fucking robots, remember? And they don't want to hear the truth, remember? But I already know where it was, obviously, because I'm smart and I can think outside the goddamn dumbass, retarded robo thing where it's got to be exactly what you fucking told them. And you can't fucking realize that up is also called, like upward, or it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's got more than one fucking word that can be used to mean the same fucking thing. I shouldn't even have to tell you this. Well, anyways, and then look at the small ass mention out of this whole fucking big ass thing. Look, I'm moving it. It ain't even moving, bro. Hardly. And this is what they gave to this fucking failure of his. And they don't even say it was a failure. They don't even, like, yeah. And then on top of that, they act like it didn't prove the fucking ether. You see this, right? It proved the fucking ether, man. Because oh my God, man. And then that one dude that was trying to talk all bold about the Michelin Morley experiment, he got no problem talking about that. Look. And then look how this pops up. I just put in failure, experiment failure, just like I did with the other one. Ari's failure or whatever. experiment. You see, maybe I should have put his whole name in. Maybe I should do that. I don't know, but I'm not going through all that right now. You know what this is. And his fucking wiki pops up, right? Because they wanna make sure this one's known. You know what I mean? They wanna make sure this is known because, you know, it's so well talked about. They can't really ignore it. And this, a lot of the shills and the double agents promoted this, so then, you know, the whole thing would be fucking misunderstood. Because this really didn't show much. It didn't really prove too much. Aru's experiment really proved things because it really affected the speed of the light. This one didn't necessarily do that. And then all it did was lead to the fucking what is his name? That motherfucker. And the reason they weren't affected by the reason they weren't affected is the same reason that the water didn't affect them. It was because of fucking the sun and the the stars and stuff are actually moving. So that's what actually does work. But most people ain't gonna get it until they have actual concrete proof. And Ari's failure did that. And most people don't get that because of fucking Einstein's bullshit, which is like such bullshit. It's not even fucking funny. But now you see why. Like, and let's see what happens when we go to this. Let's see what we can find. And then with him, let me see. See, they'll bring up his. Is this what I think it is? I think they just brought up his. Yep. See? Or is this just all about the experiment? Oh, see? They got one all about the experiment. They got one all about the experiment on him. I'm sure you can look him up as well. You see how they do that? But if you look up this guy, you got to go to his name. You got to know exactly who he is. And then you can find this if you're smart enough to realize what the eat the drag test was. Most people ain't got a brain, man. I'm telling you, they ain't got a goddamn brain. And that's why they'll put all this shit right in your face because they know you're the only one smart enough to get it. And the rest of these idiots will never get it. That's why you're never going to get to them. They're in on it. They're fucking in on it, buddy. That's why they can get away with this shit like this, man. Do you know how small of a population we are? I'll put it this way. Only 5% of people fought that Revolutionary War. 5 fucking percent. Bible tells you plenty of times we outnumbered, we surrounded, boy. Y'all don't want to believe it because it's ugly truth. But those of us who are real, we know what it is. We know what it is. I'm trying to break it down for y'all how bad it is, how real this shit is. And this is the end. It's just gonna fall apart, bro. It's like all the civilizations before, because once the place gets nice, these motherfuckers start sneaking in and shit, you know. Just like Babylon. After it fell, only they could live there. And if you know the Babylonian history, it was some beast motherfucking dog people that came out of the woods on them anyway. You want to know more about it, just let me know. I got links. I got videos. Proof, man. Everything I say is documented in history. Even Putin came out talking about these motherfuckers, saying they were an ancient Babylonian cult. And what a surprise, 95% of the world leaders, just like 95% of the people did not help in that war, that sat back hoping we'd lose, or whoever the fuck was fighting that war will lose. Because they were down with it, buddy. They down with the system. Oh my God. That's how it proliferates, man. Anyway, so they try to act like it didn't work. They try to act like it didn't prove it. It did prove it. It fucking proved it, dude. And like I said, they try to hide it. That's what they're doing. And then there's actually this flat earth woman. You're not going to be able to find anything about her anymore. Because a woman, they went as far as to start World War II. I think it was. Either that, yeah, it was the one with the Nazis. Because she brought up, she was going to go to the, she was talking a lot about flat earth and that she was going to go to the edge. And her video, the videos about her were named something about like, to the edge and back or something like that, or to the edge of the earth or something like that, because that's what she wanted to do. And of course, they weren't trying to let her do that because she would have found out all kinds of stuff about how our world works, and they didn't want that to happen. And that's why they don't let anybody go there, because as far as technology is concerned, we would be able to reach it a lot easier now. Like, it wouldn't even be a problem, like, to really get deep in there and see what's going on. And then think about it. You can have a lot of guys underground there because it gets warmer the deeper you go in the earth because of volcanic activity and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, by the way, Hitler, he didn't die. And after they did Project Paperclip, they brought so many Germans over here that they outnumbered the white people and everybody else here in this country. They were the prominent fucking population. And now you know why all this bullshit's going on here. And then gang stalking, it was going on in Germany, and that's why they got they dehumanize them. That's how it works. They dehumanize them and then make them an enemy, like they did so-called Jews over there or whatever. And like they do that here to make you poor, and then they social cleanse you. That's what gang stalking is all about. Like in Colombia, it's real bad. It's like all these snake-ridden areas where these warm areas where these snakes like to be at. That's where most of the gang stalking goes on, and that's where almost 100% of the people are lactose intolerant. So what? They ain't got no cows down there. That's why God says the land of the milk and honey. Honey kills parasites. Milk kill these snakes. They ain't eat that shit. So who was he talking to? You think he's talking to these snake motherfuckers that can't eat milk, or these parasite niggas that can't eat fucking honey because it'll kill them as well? And it's contrary to their nature. No, I was talking to the Hebrews, man. The fucking few people that were left over that wasn't totally genetically fucked up. And they even talked about how there wasn't gonna be much of them left. Because all this fucking shit, man. And that's what's going on, man. It's just like before the flood. They got down to just one man. Just one man. And he was like, all right, now I can fucking just wipe these niggas clean. Just like in Revelation. Wait till he had all them saints there. And they was like, man, when you gonna fuck these dudes up? He was like, wait, man. Wait till they get everybody. That's what he said. I don't know if this is necessarily true, but I see these coincidences. I see the connections, man. I can't deny it. And I see this happening to us every day. Since 2012, since I've been doing this outpouring of spirit around there, they've been targeting a lot of brown people, not black people. You'll notice most of the people they kill are these brown people, not on the black side of the checkerboard or the white side of the checkerboard. They always want to help Africa, but they don't want to help us. I mean, Africa is full of fucking prosperity, man. They could easily do their own thing, but it's just not really their thing. They want to go kill animals and stuff. That's really what the nature is. But, like, for example, you go over there, you go to the wrong part, you're going to get ate. You're going to get ate up. They're going to eat you to this day. They'll be sitting in cities, but they're going to eat you. And if you're light-skinned, they're going to think you're good for voodoo and stuff. They're going to eat you up. You guys are clueless, man. You want to keep thinking these guys are so nice, man. Go to Ethiopia, see if they eat you. Go there. And then you look at Brazil, where they didn't whitewash us when they brought us here. And by the way, they only had 5% of the slaves here. They had 50% in Brazil. And that was a 400-year curse. And that's why that new temple was built there. And then they put that abomination Baal statue right next to it. And let all them sick people in there, wicked witches or whatever in there. Because they love Lucifer. They love Lucifer. These Roman trash, man. And then they only bring the fucking light-skinned Cubans over first, and then let the colored ones over later, because then they already took all of everything. And then how they target all the fucking melanated Colombians that are really the fucking the people that were originally there. That's why you'll never see someone melanated really doing anything in those countries, man. But in America, you'll see a lot of melanated people doing stuff. And because you actually got a better shot, you had a better shot here than what they did to them in the other place. They genocide their ass. And they genocided Native Americans here because they were red. And they were obviously not blue-blooded. And they were not controllable and all that kind of stuff. They were calling the white man Georges of the jungle, like cavemen and all that kind of stuff. And they knew what they were because they're not ignorant. They hit all their history about the dragons that they were riding, all kinds of stuff. Lewis and Clark talked about that. And Lewis and Clark, they made Superman a lot of shit about that, so you wouldn't even know there's a real Lewis and Clark. You guys, so much I could tell you, man. That's ridiculous. Basically, you're trying to take us out. That's what this is all about. And they're trying to lie and hide the truth so they could reshape things in their image. And you ever watch the cavemen? They always try and make them look like a brown person. or whatever when it's really them. And they're relatives, really, where they came from. They're hybrids. These people that you see nowadays are hybrids. They're part human, part Sasquatch, part human, part reptilian, part human, part werewolf. If you see them in the woods, you're going to see their real form. Go follow them in the woods like April did Cain. You ain't going to make it back. You ain't going to make it back. Because when you're in the woods, all the woods, they're interconnected. You need to check out Interstar's video about the World Wide Web of trees. Like, the trees are all interconnected. It's a fractal, really, where they're all interconnected. They communicate with each other, and they do it all through this fungus that's under the fucking ground. They all connect with each other. That's how these creatures can use the forest. They reshape the forest around you, and that's why they're putting this chemtrails everywhere. So then they can reshape your situation around you here as well. It's really fucked up, and you guys just don't believe it. They put it in the movies all the time. It's to the point where they made your houses like that through smart meters and shit like that. They're using technology to spread their power and influence to the cities where you normally like, or our habitations where we're at. Because remember what I told you? The real people were cohabitating together. And they want to divide us up so we can't be cohabitating together, so we can fight them off. They want us all divided so they can. That's why they keep all the people that are gang stalked separate from people and isolate them, so they have no help. You guys don't know, man. I've been doing this shit for a long time, and it's real. It's very real, and that's what it's about. But basically, like I said, they would use those trees once you're in there to shape shit. Like, it's in all the fucking animes, it's in all the folklore, it's in all the movies, it's in all that. It's always the fairies, the fucking satyr, which is the goat man. They even gave Naruto those goat eyes, those eyes where it's like a rectangle to the side, and the rectangle has to do with the golden ratio, the golden arc. It's got a rectangle shape. Might be a sign of power, who knows? But either way, they took that goat thing. And I'm pretty sure they were doing it because of the goat, not the real power, is my opinion, personally. And, like, they put it in everything. Like, and then, like I said, everybody that does DMT, they see these lizard people. They see these fairies. I saw a fairy when I did ayahuasca one time. She was blue, popped out of nowhere. Everything looked normal, but I was able to see that thing. And I was like, oh, shit, shit's about to get real. And even when I did it, I went out in the middle of nowhere, kind of. And people were still following me. That's how much I was getting gang stalked. They were following me out in the middle of nowhere. And when I saw them, they tried to fucking hide. It was a couple of white people. Most of the time, I don't get gang stalked by white people unless they're like the police or the fire department. Both of them not have nothing to do with my goddamn neighborhood. But you already know how that is. You see my gang stalking video. But anyways, they were out there. And like, I saw this stuff, whatever, and it might just have been because I was taking the stupid plant that is connected to all this, so then I could see them. And maybe we're not even supposed to be fucking with that stuff. I haven't touched it again since, but I've been wondering, because maybe then I'd be able to see who's who. If people do the drug and then they see all these lizard people, which are all around us, we already know this, and it's just probably because LSD, for example, I don't expect you to take that. You're probably better off taking something natural with it. Basically, it was supposed to be a stimulant, upping your vibration, upping your channel, so you see things in a higher tune, more sensitive. And what it did was make them see things, is what they would call it. But everybody sees the same damn things. And whether it's psychosis, they got psychosis from drugs, they got psychosis from meditation. Oh, why would meditation give psychosis? Because it's upping your vibration. You're able to see these damn things. And then they see the same thing every fucking time. Damn lizard people, these fucking these fairies, these fucking elves, all this shit, like the satyr, what your Bible called the devil, these goat people. And they even said you'd hear them howling and shit in the woods and stuff, or the far places where people don't normally go. That's where they go, because when Cain, who basically is these creatures, the father of all these fucking mark of the beast, mark of Cain, mark of incest, cause mutations, so on and so forth, these freaks. And Eve fucked the snake, or she was the snake, and so on and so forth. And then the fucking On top of that, the damn star fell mixed into them. The Book of Enoch. These guys are all fucked up. And once you fucked up, they're spraying this shit. They're trying to make you the Hobbit, just like Alex Jones told you. It's funny because, like, I went to go look at Alex Jones. He might be like halfway chill with it, but he woke up more people than anybody. And I don't like to call it woke up. It's called aware, because woke, it's got to do with awake, which is not a good thing. It's like a seance or something like that, you know, some evil thing. And it's just crazy. Like, man, like, he was actually waking up a lot of people, and they went for him. People was like, I don't see nobody on YouTube doing what he did, bro. Getting people healthy food, getting people nutritional things that you can't get nowhere else. Like, going at them. Like, you're not supposed to go at them. He gives you documentation. Like, nobody else gives you documentation. He gives you real documentation on every little thing he says. And you guys really just turned your back on him, man. And now you're going to really, I already know some of y'all are missing that motherfucker. That's all I'm going to say about it. Me personally, I don't like how his anger's a problem and he likes to bang the table because he is part reptilian. I've seen him shapeshift. But he kind of like, I think even he knows, even though he's a reptilian, where this is going to go. So just like some white people in general will turn against this, and like you saw the other guy, you know, this guy telling you about flat earth and stuff, this guy. You know, someone will do that, but inside they still got that nature, so you got to watch out. He was getting real angry and shit. Like, he would bang tables and stuff. And it's just like, I could tell he was feeding off the energy that it created. He does it all the time. He doesn't even probably know he's doing it, like why he's doing it. But so that's why I don't watch him. But he gets so much good information out, you don't even know. Like, it's crazy. But at the same time, he probably is like a guy to make us all look bad and stuff. Because some of the stupid things he said, like the Sandy Hoax. I mean, like, Sandy Hook was some kind of hoax, but he could have put it in a better way. Because he, you know, but anyways, I'm not even going to get too much into that. But I got my page. I went for his page. Like, what was this? I don't even know why I started talking about that. And then they went for everybody else, and they even started to go for these bigger shield channels that were basically, what was I going to say? That were replacing people like me, that they were using to get rid of the U in YouTube. These guys were all fake YouTubers that they allowed on here. That's why they like McJugger, he even came clean about how he would hire people. It was all act, but people would still watch it. And they still watch it because, you know, they're in on it. Like, they're just like their team. Like, they're the people that work for him is fucking fanatics, like his fans. And all these prank videos, people still watch them even though they're fake. And then I go to the videos, like any video exposing any of these guys. But Bill Cooper, yeah, he's a shield too. All that shit he said was in books already. It was already in books, and then he made another book on it, made more money. Not saying nothing new. And then he even called his fucking followers fucking like Goyim or fucking cattle and shit. And he was like, now I can kind of understand where he's coming from, because most of you people are. They really are. Well, that's the other reason I call him a shield. But there's a lot of them, like all of them. Like, if they're big, like over 100,000, they're more likely shield. They're shield. If they don't give you answers, like I give you definitive answers to what's going on, they're shield. More than likely. Because like, this shit ain't that hard to find out, man. For me. Maybe I'm just special. Well, I am the son of man, but you know. But anyways, that's enough of this. This video's already so fucking long. Probably nobody's gonna look at this, but now you understand what's going on pretty much in the whole world. This is all big ass lies. It's just gonna lead to more lies because they like to create one foundational lie. That's why they call themselves globalists. Because they know if they can make a lie big enough and kind of complicated that you guys can't get it. That's why they tried to go to this gyroscope bullshit. Gyroscopes are complicated to most people. Now, to me, though, so, you know, they just do that so the fucking NPCs, they'll never figure out what's going on. If the NPCs do actually turn good, that'd be a problem for them. But I don't think that'll ever happen because I'm pretty sure they're all in together. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. Just expose the fuck out of them. And that's my video for tonight. Peace.